It's the second card of the Major Arcana. It's the High Priestess. As we cycle through from 0, the Fool, where the seeds have not yet germinated, to the first card, the Magician, to where the seeds are germinating and are ready to be chosen which ones to nourish and carry through and which ones to call. It brings us to the third card, upright or inverted. If this card is inverted, a high tendency that cards before it in the Major Arcana that came previously were also inverted. In the upright position, and anywhere in the spread except for the 8th position, the client's environment, this will directly reflect upon the querent, since I attribute the Major Arcana directly to the querent when I read, except of course for the placement in the 8th position, which is specifically speaking of other people, not the querent. Now in the upright position, this is a time the decisions have been made and the querent feels good about those decisions, and the querent made healthy choices, positive choices. This is a time when the querent's intuition is very high and very trustworthy because the querent has very good judgment. It's a time of meditation. It's a time of feeling at peace, oneness, satisfied with the progress that the querent is making. This is all in the upright position. In the reverse position, it starts to mean something else, because the wrong seeds were chosen in the previous card. Wrong ones were called, and wrong ones are now being nurtured. The opportunities that the querent has chosen are already starting to turn upon the querent. But the querent, if this is in the inverted position, is still unaware that this is happening. The querent has moved too fast. The querent has not yet found themselves in a predicament, yet the querent is at this time in a predicament. Just starting, you'll see lots of 3s, 4s, and 5s at this point. The card is inverted, so these will be negative. And they'll point to what choices the querent has previously made to bring them to this path. If this card is in the first position and is upright, it's a blissful, blissful card. It would be like getting a Knight of Cups, or the Sun card, or the World, 21, all in the upright position. These other cards appear in the reading. You'll be smiling your way all through this reading. You'll be very proud of your querent. If their card is inverted in the first position, pay very careful attention to the 8th position, because the querent will not be aware of what their environment is doing to them. When this card is inverted and in the first position, pay particular attention to the 8th position, because the environment of the querent has an agenda, and the querent has a fake it till you make it attitude, and are going to try to placate the people around them. But the people are already onto the querent because they've already watched the first 2 Major Arcana cards. Each card is just as heavy as another. So there is no way that the people that are represented by the 8th position were unaware of the inverted Fool, were unaware of the inverted first card, the Magician. They saw this, they saw it coming. And since both of these cards represented selfish narcissism, you reap what you sow. And in this card, the reaping hasn't started yet. They're still seedlings, but they're on the 3rd or 4th leaf. Look for the 3rd or 4th or 5th pip cards to tell you what's really going on. It's still a cloak and dagger reading, and you should read it as such if this card is in the first position and inverted. The ruling planet of this card is the moon. But as the moon can bring great insight, it can also bring great deception. So if the card is in the upright position, you can be assured your Aquarian is quite intuitive and should trust their gut because good judgment has led them to where they are now. If this card is in the inverted position, the negative aspects the moon apply, the primary negative aspects is that it's easy to deceive oneself. It's easy to misjudge situations, things, people, plans, what have you. Judgment will be off if this card is in the reverse position. The astrological sign for this card is Cancer. If the card is in the upright position, positive, more than negative aspects prevail. If it's in the negative position, just the opposite. Negative aspects of this sign prevail. Thank you. Please hit the like button. Please hit subscribe. If you'd like to find out more about me and what I do, please go to stanfordtarot.com and please check out some of my other videos.